My brothers in Christ, let me just keep it 1,000 real quick. First of all, I'm tired of people like if at this point, if you see niggas boxing going and doing crazy moves and you know what I mean, going as hard as they can on Instagram. At this point, you got to just put their credibility into question. Kid Austin had a fight, and it was lackluster. After all that crashing out he did, well, he did talk crazy about Devin. He talked crazy about Shakur. He said he's ready for Tank. He said he's ready for everybody. A few people, you know, they say they're ready for these guys and those guys, whatever. He said he was ready for all these guys. He goes out, he fights Teles. And he, bro, literally got knocked down. He got caught with a shot while he was throwing the shot. He was really just diving in, right? Just diving in. He was just diving in, looking crazy. Vince, are you on the box or not? Vince.
My fault. I was watching the post fucking fight thing with the.
Are you? What is it? What are they saying?
They asked him. They was like, so fight Shakur. Like, oh yeah, most definitely. I forgot what the dude's name. Taylor, is that his name?
Taylor is, yeah.
It's like he doesn't got power like Taylor, dog like Taylor. I still want that fight with Shakur. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whoop.
Wow.
Like nah. And then Abdullah Mason commented under the like brother with a laughing.
No, literally, brother, brother, please. But yeah, it's just too much. So like I said in my last video, the audio was all weird. My bad, y'all. But bro, literally too many social media games, not enough locking in going on. Because again, ever since and yo, if you want to hop on Fight Night, Vince, but ever since Bob Arum was like matchmaking this, matchmaking that, I'm watching these fights completely differently. Obviously, with the Teles fight, styles make fights, but you got Kid Austin who does a lot of things wrong. Fundamentally, he's a real strong guy. You know, he swings hard and stuff, but the dude was able to take his power. He wasn't able to finish the fight, and that was because he wasn't throwing anything that the guy didn't know was already on the way. Like he was able to brace. He was able to brace for pretty much everything that Kid Austin brought to the table. And when he hit him, the dude was just walking through his shots. You know what I mean? I also watched the Oshaki Foster fight. Terrible fight. I don't even really want to speak on that in detail because it was just so bad. It was so terrible. Like, Mance doesn't have an inside game to get some of these fighters out of here. But not only that, right? It's really just the fact that it's like, I'm tired of seeing people talk up a good game on the internet, come out and then shit the bed, bro. That's really what it comes down to. Not to say Shocky Foster was talking crazy, but that was just another fight that happened tonight that just wasn't that good. It just wasn't a very good fight. You know what I mean? You know, Hobson Conceição, he was just able to grab the he was able to grab him. He was able to hold on and grab Oshaki Foster for dear life. I mean, Oshaki Foster wasn't turning his shots over. He did have him hurt, but that's the problem with you have that slick, flashy black style that, you know, people, they don't like getting hit. They don't like getting hit, but they love hitting. Well, if that's the case, look, there's going to be some times where you're going to have to get a little bit dirty. You know what I mean? There's going to be some times where the fight's going to have to get a little bit grimy because you need to go ahead and finish the fight and make some things happen. So when it came to that point, when he caught him clean, right? When he caught, I'm forgetting his name at this point. When he caught Conceição clean, the times that he caught him clean and he hurt him, you know what I mean? He didn't follow up. He couldn't follow up. He couldn't go get him. Not to mention the fact that not only that, but the punches that he was landing, they really had no meaning. And that was also disappointing to see, you know what I mean, to say the least. So overall disappointing night of fights. But with Kid Austin saying, I still want to hit this fight. Like, bro, Shakur Stevenson is dribbling him off the canvas. You know what I mean? Abdullah Mason dribbling him off the canvas. Because these guys, they come in, they're disciplined, they handle their business, and they move around. They do not come in there and play games. They do not come in here and, you know, BS around. You know, they get in there, they take care of business. They're sharp. Their fundamentals are very tight. You know, they just don't waste that type of time. They just don't waste time. You know what I mean? So at this point, look, if you see somebody come in and they just wailing away on the bag, and they're bag babies. If they come in and they're just bag babies, they're on bag baby timing. You have to come. Their credibility has to come into question, because I'm tired of seeing these guys who, in reality, they have no business being discussed in the same sphere or class as somebody like a Shakur, a Devin, or anything like that. And again, I'm also tired of seeing reporters, racist reporters, try to use these guys as a way of shitting on some of the more how do I say, some of the more prominent black fighters in the game also, because honestly, that's annoying, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear y'all use Kid Austin to say Shakur's trash just because y'all mad that he beat Oscar Valdez, or ain't nobody trying to hear y'all say he would be able to fuck with this guy or fuck with that guy. Same thing with the Devin stuff. It just is getting old. You know what I mean? And the more and more that we see these people fight, you know, the more they're getting exposed, and it looks bad. It looks bad. So with that being said, now I'm glad that Boots is fighting Chukajan again, because now he's really trying to get better. You can tell he's trying to get better. You know what I mean? That's why he's fighting him, because he's like, look, I need to work on cutting off this ring. I need to work on fighting a guy who can move away from me, who doesn't necessarily have to be I can't get him to sit in front of me to land power shots, so I have to come and get him a different way. And I can respect somebody who's willing to challenge themselves like that. You know what I mean? But tonight was it was a shit show for the fight game, because, you know, O'Shaquie Foster, bro, I fuck with dude. I do. He has that flashy style that doesn't get the job done sometimes when you fight a sturdier guy. And people who don't have that buckle down in their style, but they can move around, a lot of the time you'll fuck around and lose a fight. Look what happened to Rashidi Ellis. Nigga got knocked out at the end of the fight by Roymond Villa. But then on the contrary, you see a Devin, you see a Shakur, you see a Jaron, you see a even a what's his name, the dude who caught a body, C-Day, what's his name, G-Day, what's his name,
Charles Conwell.
Yes, Charles Conwell, who moves his head, keeps his hands up, but ultra sturdy. Tank, ultra sturdy. You need to have that. You know what I mean? And that's what that fight should show some of you young boxers. Like, yo, look, I can move with the best of them. I can do this, I can do that, but am I sturdy enough? You got to ask yourself that question. Like, am I sturdy enough? If somebody runs into me, can I maneuver and wrestle him off of me? Because that was what O'Shaquie Foster was struggling with that. You know what I mean? Hey, can I wrestle this guy off me? If he leans on me, can I get him off me? You know what I mean? And if your answer to that question is no, you got some work to do. If you're in a position where you're in the pocket and you got a guy who can have his way with you on the inside, right? Pause. But he can have his way with you on the inside. You're gonna have to get in there. You're gonna have to go ahead and get in the lab and lab that out. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to work out with that. You're gonna have to work that out. So, you know, with that being said, bro, honestly, out of all the prospects, Abdullah Mason is, to me, the chosen one. To me, he's the chosen one, bro.
Yeah, I don't see anybody. I don't
see out of the prospects. Devin and Shakur are gonna have to fade probably some of these prospects off when they're at the top of the game. When they're having, you know, they already having their way, but when it gets to that point where they're the super experienced champions, and you know, they're pretty much at their Floyd stage, where it's like, you know, or at their Bud stage, if you want to be more modern with it, where it's like, okay, we got all these young lions who want a title shot. You got to choose one. So then they're gonna have to start choosing people. You know, they're gonna have to fight off. You know, Abdullah Mason then will be the most ready, because when Devin makes his one, he's making his 140-pound run. Who knows if he goes to 147? Because Boots might go to 154, so 147 would be wide open. You know what I mean? There could be some moves to be made, but as far as 135 goes, Shakur is gonna have to deal with a lot of heat. You know what I mean? He got Abdullah and Keyshawn coming up, and I think Abdullah is really the chosen one, based on just the eye test, watching him fight. Not only watching him fight, but the way he carries himself. You know what I mean? He's a level-headed guy. He doesn't get too far ahead of himself. And every time he gets in the ring, you know, he's taking care of business, simply put. So I think if Kid Austin, as much shit as his pops talks, I mean, man, they can make some cheese if he gets up out the way of, if he leaves Golden Boy and goes independent to say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna go get this money. Stylistically, he's gonna get toasted, but he's gonna be like a Teofimo Lopez ass nigga, where it's like, okay, if I'm gonna get toasted, I'm gonna at least make the most money I can. Based on what I've seen tonight, that's where his trajectory right now. I'm gonna get toasted, but I'm gonna make as much money as I can while I'm getting toasted. And Abdullah Mason is the chosen one. And I think Keyshawn is going to be like, hey, I don't know if he's gonna fight everybody. I feel like Abdullah will definitely fight everybody, but I don't know if Keyshawn's gonna fight everybody. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Because I think not only will Abdullah fight everybody, I think that he can run 135 and 140. When he, you know, I think he can get to 140 too. And if Dev goes to 147 and 140 is wide open, because Abdullah Mason's 135, right? Is he 135?
Yeah, he's 135.
Yeah, he's 135. So should he go to 140? Devin goes to 147. Jerron goes to 154. I mean, bro, you basically got, the game is already, it's basically shook up. And I don't think Keyshawn beats a Shakur Stevenson. I don't think Keyshawn beats an Abdullah Mason, to be honest. So, you know, I'm here for the social media guys getting exposed. Golden Boy seems to be signing. They're like Atlantic Records, but they just sign as the most viral guy they can, and then they all turn out to be like Lil Pump and Smoke Perk, where they just have a small run. As far as, you know, they write checks they ask can't cash, and then when they flop and things like that, you know what I mean, you don't hear from them anymore. But they had their run, and somebody signed them, somebody paid them. So hey, you know what I mean. With that being said, if you watch the fight, leave your thoughts on the fight in the comment section. I knew that it was gonna be one of these fights when I saw how Kid Austin could not box the Mexican guy off of him. The Mexican guy was just walking through all his shit, cutting off the ring, and then Kid Austin would just meet him in the middle because he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just you know, go tit for tat with him. But I knew it was gonna be one of these fights where he would get caught. I'm surprised Oshaka didn't go down, but we'll have to see what's next. We got Jerron and Bam Bam next weekend. That should be fun. And you know, I think after the circus is up and everybody's back and there's some parity in the game again, boxing will be fun. But as of right now, this shit is annoying as hell. So yeah, leave your thoughts on these fights in the comment section. Vince, you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna quote bars on 99. It has nothing to do with rap, but their slogan is "Bring your pen game, not your name." So in the boxing world,
skills pay the bills.
Skills pay the bills. You feel me? So I'm finna say, fuck all that flat.
All that rah-rahs for the birds, man. Drop a like, man. Drop a comment. How would you think of the fight? Subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gone.